last weekend, Ludwig ran a Melee tournament called the LACS 4. He kind of just threw it on a whim as a support effort to help out another tournament series called Genesis, who had to cancel their tournament due to Omicron and are currently in a lot of debt because of doing it. And I am making this video purely because I had a stupid fatty fucking run at that tournament. Going into it, I was trying to take a more chill approach and not put too much pressure on myself, play quite a bit of the week leading up to it so I feel nice, warm, tight, and juicy even, but not so much so that I burn out or stress myself out too much about it. And you know what? It worked out pretty damn well for me. I kind of slapped some people around, and this is my journey to third place at Ludwig Ahgren's Championship Series 4. Also, as my statistics show, you know where I'm going with this, most of you guys are not subscribed to me. Please do so, or I will not pay my editor. I mean it. Day 1. I wake up around 10 a.m., which, mind you, I'm a Super Smash Bros. Melee player. That is pretty early for me. And round 1 pools was an absolutely horrible experience.
Like 70 ping.
Not because of my matches. GG's to everyone I played. They were good games. But holy shit, I was lagging hard.
I might literally just have to DQ.
So hard, in fact, that I felt bad playing it out.
I don't think I can play in this.
I was spiking to like 30 FPS, which is not good. That is not ideal. And I was pretty dead set on DQing. I thought I was just gonna have to DQ and be left out once again and be pretty sad about it and just watch from the sidelines.
I don't know what to do.
But my editor and friend, Matt, or Monotheon, offered to let me play at his house. That might actually have to happen. I could even get Psycho and play my set, hope it's fine, and then Uber to your house. If that works for you, I will play the set and fucking call an Uber. I took him up on it. The issue was his house is around 40 minutes to an hour away from me, and I had an hour and a half. He also doesn't have a 144 hertz monitor. If that works for you, I can do that, man. Wait, don't you have a shitty monitor? Don't you have a 60 hertz monitor? Oh, God. So I called an Uber. I unplugged my monitor, I lugged in the Uber, and we went on our way. It took us like an hour to get there. Once we were there, we had half an hour to set everything up. By the time we had it all set up, it was time to play round 2 pools. At the beginning of round 2 pools, there were some kinks due to the monitor not being calibrated completely correctly for the computer. It was a little bit choppy, but we ended up figuring it out as it went on. I went by pretty cleanly. I had a close game against Sidward, who's a pretty good Luigi player, but other than that, it was smooth sailing for young Moke.
Yes!
The funny thing about round 2 pools is I actually had to share my setup with my friend Matt, and we would go back and forth on who was playing sets, and since I was streaming, I would take charge of the stream and he'd leave and watch on his phone just to not distract me, and then he would have to play his, and I would do the same thing. And honestly, Matt had a pretty good round 2. Matt, I will let you put the clip of you clutching on Eggy here. Forward air, up air off the top, baby, let's go. Hell yeah. Let's go, he got 65th. Good shit. After round 2 pools, I needed to fuel up before top 64, preferably with something that wasn't completely ass. We looked on Google and we found a Mexican place nearby, and we drove over. Coincidentally, when we got there, they had a burst pipe, so we could not eat there. And we wasted our time driving there, and the only other thing around was Burger King. So I ate the meal of champions to fuel up for a nice grueling day of Melee. Yippee. We get back, and it's about time for top 64 to start and get going. I was telling my friends in my chat before it started, I really did not want to play an Ice Climbers player. 3 Ice Climbers players made it pretty far in bracket. They were all in winners, top 64.
Chu Yea's Daglo, god damn it. I have a bad feeling I'm going to either play Chu Slug or fucking whoever. I don't want to. I really don't want to play Ices.
I just didn't really want to play it in my conditions. It didn't feel like the best of matchups to play after eating Burger King and on my kind of scuffed setup, but honestly the chances were low to get them. I don't know, I had a bad feeling I would, and guess what, guys? I did. I had to play Lunar Dusk round 1. Now, Lunar Dusk is really good. He is a good Ice Climbers player from Montreal, and he actually beat Kalindi, KJH, before we had to play. And in the set, he did a lot of good stuff. Honestly, specifically Game 3, I had to clutch it. If I lost it, there was a good chance I just lost the set. And that would have been not good. Not at all. But I clutched it and ended up winning the set 3-2. But honestly, there were moments in the set I got destroyed. In particular, there was one point where Nana grabbed me and back threw me, and he kind of read that Nana would back throw in the center stage, and he grabbed me out of it and then got a kill. And another time, he did down throw F smash with Nana and re-grabbed me out of it center stage to mix up my DI, and I had no idea what was going on. I knew it was a setup, but it had never happened to me in that spot,
yeah, man.
And I was terrified.
That was fucking tight. Jesus Christ. All right, GG's.
After Lunar Dusk came Kadoran. Now, if you know anything about me as a player, you know that this is most likely going to be rough. I am horribly sketchy against Marth. And the last set against Kadoran I lost. I lost my last set to Logan. I lose to Marth all the time. But recently I've been playing a lot with Zain every Friday. By the way, twitch.tv/Moky_Doki, be there. And I've been taking a lot of notes on the matchup, grinding it out, and feeling a little bit more comfortable. I noticed that Kadoran had been doing a lot of Nair specifically, and I just started letting it rip and up smashing them. It worked out swell. We both had some misses overall, a little bit of slop here and there. But I'm pretty happy with how I played. It's a pretty big accomplishment for me, given how much I've struggled in the past with the character. And I was pretty happy that I won. Kadoran's been just messing people up. He's been destroying people. He's been winning tournaments. I also managed to clutch an FD game, which is massive. After I was able to conquer Kadoran came Mango. Now, I'm not going to beat around the bush, but Mango was hard as dick because he's Mango. I felt pretty good in it. I had some moments. Unfortunately, it was on 80 ping, which is where it starts to be kind of hard to play through. We both talked after the set and we kind of agreed that it was just, we spammed our Hail Mary options hoping that we could connect something. But it was still a pretty good set, and I imagine watching it was super fun as well. I ended up losing 3-1. I think in particular, this set, the most crucial moment was game 3. Last stock, I missed an up smash tech chase on the platform to lose the game. In my head, I actually did have a feeling he was going to tech behind me, which is a funny part, because that's the good player thing to do. But then I thought to myself, no, he's going to do the good player thing and not do that and tech another way, because he knows I know he's going to do that. But I got bamboozled, and he ended up doing the good player thing and still teched behind me, and I missed the up smash, and then I choked the game away, and he won, and was up 2-1, and then it was the rest is history. I lost. Regardless, I'm feeling pretty happy with my run. I made an accomplishment in beating Kadoran, and next day I start in losers. I'm done for the day. I just have to rest up, prepare for tomorrow, and just try to make it the most I can and make a fat run. So first up was Bobby Big Ballz. Now, I play Bobby a lot, and I had a pretty good grasp on how I had to play, and felt confident that as long as I played pretty good, then I've probably got it. I won the first 2 games pretty solidly, and then I lost game 3 on Yoshi's, which is kind of funny because I usually love that stage against Falco, but I hate it against Bobby. He does so much Randall stuff and wall jump stuff and just whatever that it's just a pain. It's so frustrating. He's just impossible to hit, and he's just flying around all over the fucking cloud and off stage, and it's not worth it to try to fight him there because he's Falco and he's better there. And I lost that game, and I was like, okay, screw this, I'm going FD and gonna try to chain grab him. On FD, I noticed Bobby was playing the corner a lot, and I just started to hold center, and at one point I got kind of frustrated and just started laser spamming him because I was like, you know what, screw this, he's in the corner, I'm just gonna run away and laser and secure the win. I'm not gonna mess around with this anymore and potentially throw it away because I'm approaching the corner.
Off the fucking ledge? Hello? Hello? Get the fuck off the fucking ledge, bro. What are you doing? Jesus. What are you doing? What the fuck was that?
I'm sorry, Bob.
Play the game. Oh my god!
Next up after Bobby Big Ballz comes Fiction. Now, I've never played Fiction's Falco before because he recently switched, but I think I played the set pretty well. I knew going into it that he's big on lasering and willing to take his time for me to come in, and I tried to match it, just hold my position in center, and wait. I noticed he was rolling a lot, so I just tried to play in that range and try to scare him into giving me rolls I could punish, and otherwise I just played my basic Falco game plan, dealt with lasers in the pretty generic ways, just trying to be a bit more aware of not leaving center or playing into him wanting me to approach or get frustrated. This worked out great for me. I won 3-0 very solidly, even with SpongeBob's Scatman coming on at the end of game 2.
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for.
Because of the song.
After Fiction is Hungrybox in Losers Quarters for 5th place. This is the set I wanted all tournament. There's some backstory to this one. A few months back, Hungrybox posted his personal top 20 rankings and put me as 17th. And this irked me a lot because in the first half of the year, I fucking killed it. I was looking like a top 5 or top 6 player with all the wins I was getting. I had one bad tournament when I traveled to Summit, and then I couldn't enter for the rest of the year because everything was on land from this point going forward, and I was in Canada, and it was a pandemic. I made my tweet in response to his list, which reads, "Missed 2 months of competing because of COVID, and I see this shit. Literally, if you swap our names, it's exactly how the rankings were for the first 8 months this year. Stop being a fucking clown, put some respect on my name, and accept you're not as good as you were, at Liquid Hungrybox." It's a bit harsh, but I wanted to defend myself, and I said, screw it, I'm going to put it on the line when I tweeted that. Going into the set, I had a lot of stress, because I knew if I lose, I would have been clowned on for eternity. But it was also simultaneously the set I wanted the most, and moments like this are why I like to play Melee. There was a lot on the line for me. If I lose, I'm going to be roasted and toasted. If I win, I got to talk my shit and feel like a king. It's all on the line. Just this one best of 5 and it decides everything. This tournament, Hungrybox beat IBDW for the first time in a while. And he seemed to be playing pretty damn good. It wasn't going to be an easy feat at all to win, but I was there. I needed to try my best to do it. I was actually down in game 5 after an early up throw rest, which is fucking terrifying. But I was able to keep myself in there and pull out the dub. I remember there was one specific moment where I baited a shield grab from him after I edge canceled a drill on the platform and then fared the front of his shield. And at that moment, in my head, I was like, okay, I've got this. I am playing good. Also, yes, the pop-off may have been a bit too much.
Yeah, get the fuck off my screen, bitch. Fucking 17 my ass, motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here.
But you know, keep in mind, after I tweeted at Hungrybox mad the first time, I had an influx of people DMing me to die and shit. And I had a lot on me to win because if I lost, it would have just been a lot worse. So I had a lot of adrenaline and I was happy. I was just feeling I was feeling myself. You know, what can I say? Also, people act like I must hate Hungrybox because of it, but I have nothing but respect for the guy and we're on good terms now. We talked it out a little bit afterwards and, you know, it's no hard feelings. I was purely mad about this stuff and I'm going to express my anger if I feel like I'm slighted because it's fun. You know, I am going to admit it. It is a fun thing to do in a competition setting because that's what gets your blood pumping. At this point, I feel pretty content with my run. I had just beaten HBox and I was guaranteed 4th, and that was a big weight off my shoulders. I was pretty happy so far. I'm still going to try my best, but if I were to lose now, I can't really be too upset. I've played Plup a decent amount at Summit in friendlies, and it seemed like I have the edge on his Fox, he has the edge on me with Sheik, and he was probably going to play Sheik against me. So Plup was favored. I actually think we both overall played pretty shaky. I missed a lot of my throw follow-ups and he missed a lot of his. I'd get scared a bit and stuck in shield not knowing what to do, but then he didn't ever really adapt that much to grab it, so it kind of just evened out. We both were burnt out after a long weekend. Also, during game 2 on FD, the stupid remix of the Check Me Out channel mixed with the Donkey Kong rap came on in my playlist.
I knew this would happen.
And I had to finish the game listening to it.
Oh my god, I knew this would happen someday.
Every game was a close last stock game, but I ended up clutching 3 in a row after dropping the first, and I came out with a dub.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yes.
At this point, I'm guaranteed 3rd, and I have to fight Mango again. And I wish there was more to say about this set, but it was the exact same as the one before. I wish I was kidding, but he takes game 1 on Dreamland, I take game 2 on Final Destination, then he takes a close game 3 on Pokemon Stadium, punishing my sloppy movement on the left side of the stage with an aerial out of shield. which is the exact same thing that happened before. The only difference is I counterpicked Stadium Game 4 instead of Yoshi's, and I ended up playing a little bit of a closer Game 4 than I did last time. Going into this set in particular, I knew I could win, but I just wasn't really able to fully pull it out.
Oh, that was fucking so sad.
I was kind of bummed about it at the end of the day, but I can't really be too mad losing to Mango twice. And honestly, if I'm not bummed about it, then I'm not going to want to get better, so it's probably a good thing after all. And looking back at my tournament, honestly, I'm really happy with it. This is my best tournament run to date. I don't know if I could be mad at that, you know? I've had good runs in the past, but this is easily the first one that shows people that I'm a huge threat in a tournament, and I could beat anybody. That feels good. That feels really good to me. But that is about all I have to say about this run. You know, I'm feeling pretty damn good about it. And once again, shout outs to Mono. What a saint.